Hi there, it's me, Priscilla B, and this is your energetic chakra spread. This is for all signs checking in, energy check in. This spread should be done as a meditation and visualization along with a card reading. Shuffle and place 7 cards before you face down. Proceed to interpret each card. As you turn each card, imagine that chakra opening and spinning in your body while simultaneously focusing on the card's message. So, up first, we have the root, base of spine, your security. Okay, so we have your security. I've already gone ahead and shuffled the cards. So, we have at the root base of your spine here is your security, and this is the 3 of Wands. Okay, this is your security here. 3 of Wands. Okay, so let's take a look at this 3 of Wands. Alrighty, 3 of Wands. So this is the vampire's embrace. The vampire is a symbol of erotic power and eternal life. She is a shapeshifter taking on any form. She likes to seduce her prey. Her nocturnal nature brings us in line with the dark side of our psychic, knowing no bounds, no limits. She feeds on the life force infused in human blood. Blood is the metaphor of wands. Wands energy makes our ruby red blood boil and provokes us to action. The dark one's scarlet mouth trickles with her victim's blood and moves down her neck like a lover's touch. It is a special private spot that has been kissed and where you wish to be kissed again. Vampire hunger is insatiable. What do you crave? What do you want? What is your deepest desire? The vampire stands between 3 wands. Her victim lies at her feet. Look deeper. Is he dead? Does she hold him on the brink of life as a constant food source? Will she transform him into her companion? What would you do? So, the meaning here is plans put into action, creativity, original solutions, innovative thinking, state your case, the pleasure of innovation, commitment to propelling the self forward, even against seeming odds, making your stake in the world, creating your own luck. Help often arrives when least expected. Trust inner power, creative vibration. Yeah, I mean, that does sound pretty secure. When you ask yourself, what is your deepest desire and what do you want? Um, there's like that constant food, like the need, your hunger, right? Your need to eat is constant. So that can be a need for knowing, like for knowledge, that can be a need for companionship. There's all kinds of needs that we have. It really reminds me of that show True Blood, or Vampire Diaries, depending on your preference of vampire shows there. We have the shadow self, which is psychic vampires suck energy. Do you allow people to drain you? Examine the nature of your personal energetic exchange. Where you place your focus. Attention is the magic wand of energy. Your focal point determines the course of your life. Do you focus on needy people, personal misfortune, negativity, and technology time sucks? What feeds off your energy? Yeah. Okay, so it's, that's not really the base of your spine, right? Your security, it's like your back carries a lot of heavy weight, right? They always say bend from the knees when you're lifting heavy things, but that could also mean like when you're carrying a heavy burden, right? Or some, negative person or situation is weighing heavily on you. So it can actually, that stress can actually affect you physically, believe it or not. So now we're going to move to your sacral chakra, which is your sexuality. And we have here the 4 of Wands. Okay, 4 of Wands. There you go. It's like a glare, but so that's your sacral chakra. Okay, so there's this weird creature here by the water. Interesting. Okay, so it's just going right in order with these. Grumpy old troll. Oh no. The troll sits near a smoky fire waiting for his dinner to cross over the bridge. Oh man. Bridges are a symbol of danger and transformation. Bridges, like thresholds, transform us, carry us from one reality to another. Ancient travelers put themselves at risk and vulnerability when crossing bridges. Imagine traveling by horse and carriage and greeting the expanse of a river with no crossing in sight. Roadside thieves hide beneath bridges to ambush the weary traveler. Fear of bridges' underbelly runs as deep as fear of what lurks under the bed. It is discomfort and things going bump in the night. The troll's fingers deep into the river. The flowing waters reflect consciousness and flowing life force. Eyes peek from a tree in secret observation. It is hidden hand of guide, toman, or ally, a totem. Fire smoke rises like incense. Your passionate ideas rise higher and hold more consequence than you might imagine. Ooh. Okay, and there's the troll under the bridge. It's under a bridge. Meaning, a passage has been cleared for you. What surprises await? The passport is issued, tickets are in hand, and adventure is afoot. Okay, so not as bad as I thought it was going to be when it said grumpy old troll. I think more so it's like the grumpy old troll is like that, like that person or that energy that kind of like blocks us from transforming our life and moving to the next phase in our life. And then that can happen, as we get older or, more mature. We can start to see how um, our own sexuality can, how we see ourselves from that viewpoint of where stage we are in our life. And it looks like this is a sign saying, like, go off on that adventure, right? Like, you're mature enough to understand the difference, the different relationships, the different styles, the different, all the different sexualities out there. So now I feel like when you're older, even maybe, when you're wiser, I guess is maybe the better word to use, because it doesn't really matter what age you are to a degree, I would say. Like, it does in certain cases and in other cases it doesn't. But in this particular case, I want to say anyone watching this video is probably like 30 or older, you know? So if you're in that age range, you're probably not like confused as to who you are in that department. So now you've experienced quite a few relationships and styles in your time. So yeah, but take what resonates. So your shadow self is a troll under the bridge is what we hide away. Yeah, positive qualities can be stored in the shadow if we repress them. Do you hide a talent or stop yourself from doing something you love? Yeah, I mean, like, if you love, um, expressing your love language in certain styles and in ways, are you hiding that part of yourself? Like, you don't always have to be like what other people want you to be just to like appease them. I feel like the older you get, like the more mature you get, the more wiser you get, you're gonna start to see that what really matters is that you express yourself authentically and in the way that best represents who you are. And I feel like you kind of just crossed over that bridge. So you're now just starting to see like what you've left behind and what you've lost and how much you have to gain now from seeing, how you are in different relationships and knowing different styles of relationships. You kind of crossed that threshold already. So you've hidden any part of yourself that you miss, that was a really great part of yourself, that really was, what gave you your drive and your passion for life, and expressed your sexuality in a healthy way. Then I don't know why you probably gave that part of yourself up because of the relationship you were in the past. So cross over that bridge, right? And like meet the new you on the other side, waiting to say, you know what, let's go off, let's have fun, let's explore. Adventure of a lifetime, right? Okay, so now we have solar plexus, and this is your power. The 5 of Wands with the red mushroom and the little creatures. Looks like little devils and demons and weird little, naughty little creatures over here with the red mushroom. Okay, so that's your final one. That's your power right there. So we're going to take a look at that. Clash of the Fairy Folk. Okay. 5 elemental fairies erupt under a toadstool. Oh, they're elemental. Okay. The mushroom is mysterious and unexpected manifestation. Mushrooms can be healthy and nourishing forest foods, but they sometimes carry deadly poison. Psychedelic mushrooms open new worlds of perception. Toadstools often appear in fairy rings. Unlucky humans may be held hostage if they step inside the ring. Fairy symbolism is deeply rooted in many cultures. These winged sprites will aid humans, but if provoked, can turn menacing, even dangerous. Have you ever walked alone in the woods and had the distinct feeling something invisible moved along with you? Fives and terror are the midway point of the story. They always suggest the ultimate challenge that must be met and overcome for evolution to occur. And that's your power, is being able to know when it's time to evolutionize and evolve yourself. The Five of Wands reflects heated arguments. How can you channel excess energy? Ooh, that's a good one. Meaning conflict and lively debate, confusion as how to proceed, agitated people in the family or workplace, combustible energy, passionate beliefs spread to others, action. Shadow, what are you fighting for? Are you swept away and affected by group thinking and reaction? Do you surrender to the power of anger when provoked? Anger provides false strength. It is possible for you to remain calm even in the face of adversity. Can you surrender to a situation? Yeah, so it's kind of like saying your power is also, our power is also like our weakness, right? Like the perfect example I can think of right off the top of my head is Clark Kent, Superman. He had all these powers, but his own home planet with Krypton, the kryptonite is actually his weakness because he had lived on Earth for so long that he wasn't immune to the kryptonite, right? It became the thing that weakened him, right? It's kind of like ironic, when you think about it. It's his own home planet, the material that made up of it, the material that made up him is actually now his weakness, and he actually, became, partly human because of that. So that's where you have to be careful. Is you probably have a really strong power to evolutionize things and evolve things and help people evolve and move to the next step in their life, and even you yourself can do that and transform. But knowing that, also know and be aware that that can be used against you, because people who know that about you and know that you're trying to change them, or know that that's what makes you strong and powerful, might turn around and say, oh, I'm not going to budge. I'm not going to move. I'm not going to transform with you. I'm not going to evolve with you. I'm going to make it difficult for you to do that. And then now it's like that person who's supposed to be your family or coworker or friend is now using it against you, right? And hopefully it's not someone who's close to you and is a friend or family member, but, we can never, family and friend, especially family, you never know with them. But that's kind of where you have to be a little cautious. Is wow, recognize that you have evolved and you have transformed your life. And if they're not jumping on the bandwagon of your evolution here, your involvement of evolving here, then you know what, that's unfortunate, but it's kind of where you see that it's okay, it's okay that you recognize that and you notice that right away, because it actually helps you. It's actually good for you, because now you know where they stand, and now you can say, well, either I can stay in the past with them, right? I can just choose not to cross over that bridge with them, and I choose to stay stuck in the past with them, or I can move and cross a bridge and greet a new version of me on the other side. And the people who are really meant to go with you in life and really meant to stand the test of time with you and really got your back, and related, not related, whatever it is, you're going to know that those are the people who, in the end, are going to always have your back, and because it's those stressful times in your life, those hard times in your life, where they show up and they say, you know what, it's going to be okay. And that's reassurance. That's real commitment. Um, those who don't want to cross the bridge or aren't rooting for you to cross the bridge or don't want to see you succeed, don't even waste your breath or time or energy, especially energy, because this is an energy reading. Um, don't waste your energy trying to get them to change. If you're gonna send them a quick little message or hint or leave them clues, that's different. But don't devote your whole time on Earth to get into how they perceive things and how they want to live. And you know what? That's okay. Don't feel bad about that. Don't feel guilty about that. Okay? Because they'll use that if they see that their persuasion of you to not cross the bridge is actually working. Then before you know it, then you'll build up resentment, and that troll, the troll version of you that's like begging to get out, and it's like he's gonna revolt, So I don't know. I'm just getting carried away there, but let's move on to your heart. Okay, let's move on to your empathy, and that's the Six of Wands. You're gonna always have empathy for these people. You're always gonna, be, you're always going to have that part of you that's like, I feel for them. I do. They're too scared to cross the bridge. They don't want to cross the bridge. But you're crossing the bridge. I got to say it like that because they don't want to budge. They won't budge. So, and they know that by not budging and being stubborn can affect you. Okay, it's kind of like Lex Luthor eventually found out that kryptonite was Clark Kent's weakness, and then he turned into a kryptonite monster and was like, I think there was a kryptonite ring or something, that he put on him, or he would always have kryptonite on him, carry in his back pocket in case he ran into Superman. But there'll always be something, right? There'll always be some part of you that resonates with you in a negative way, that was a past memory or something that was not pleasant. That if you told this to these people and you shared this information with them, especially family, they might turn around and be like, "Ooh, I'm going to use that against so and so." But I mean, that they're only going to embarrass themselves. They're only going to show their villainous side. And so you have to remember that, if you trust someone and there's a reason you're trusting them with your information, and your weaknesses or whatever, it's part of the lesson, right? It's if they turn around and try to use that against you, that says a lot about their character and who they are as a person. And that's very negative mindset and a negative way of living life is to try to hurt people with information they give you. So just be wary of that. Six of Wands. Okay, so this is your heart. Parade of ghosts. A parade meanders through the wood. A woman holds a child in her arms. Ladies in waiting accompany her, their torches lighting the way. The Six of Wands reflects a public display of achievement. How can we inspire others with our actions? What is the message we are sending? Do we share our fortune with others, or do we feel superior or up on our high horse when feeling above it all? Success in inspiring others, held in high regard, reason to celebrate, support is offered, movement is clear, the struggle subsides, all parties are in agreement, success is yours. Okay, so that's your heart, okay? So it's celebration, it's a victory, it's a battle won, you've carried, this woman's carrying a baby, and I feel like this could be literal. Like, you could have carried a baby, and now these women are helping you, holding torches for you and the baby to guide you through the darkness here once you cross that bridge. And it could also be a metaphor for carrying yourself to like a higher standard, right? Because oftentimes, like, especially when wealth and money are involved,